Now we'll see the actually some testing we will do today. So ELT testing, we have the ELT test switch and we have three position, normal position the arm, and it's like confidence locking is there. Okay, so copper like this one. To test it, we have to put it to the on position and don't put it the on position more than 45 seconds. If you put it for more than 45 seconds, it will the satellite, the message will be captured by the satellite. Always do with the permission and 5 minutes after the hours. Okay, but you have to take permission. 1 to 1.5 you not set as ideally as per the AM on the VHF2. Okay, so you have to select here the on the RTP. So you select 1 to 1.5 and this selected, you can transfer this frequency here. Okay, so we like VHF2. Okay, so we are selecting VHFR and we can transfer this. Already there 1 to 1.50. Okay, so it's already there. Now, so 1 to 1.5 you can set here. You can also select the VHF right here. Okay, so this is the reception. Reception means here different from Airbus. If the light is on, the reception is on. And for the transmission, reception, as many reception switches you can select. For transmission, be one at a time. So when you select that means transmission selecting means mic will be there. It's having two portion, mic and the call. If you receive a call, the bottom portion of this you will get the call. So now VHF right, if I select the mic, if any call it comes, reception comes on the VHF, you will be getting a call here. Okay. So we have here so we have to select that and ELT, and after doing the test you have to put it to reset and then normal. Okay. So this is the way you, if accidentally on a ELT, you can do the reset 1 and reset 2. Reset 1 is bring to on off. Reset 2 is bring to reset and on off immediately. So that is the resets to for accidentally activated ELT. This you can do on the ELT itself. There also you can put from on to off and back to on. Okay. So that we can do. Then we can do the CVR test. So for the CVR test, we have the switch here to get power to the CVR, on and auto. When you select the on, okay, and you just see on the P61, okay, this is the panel where we have the CVR. You press that button briefly, 1 second, you will get the green status indicator for the successful test.
Yes.
You can have the mixed audio through the headset. If you, so this is the test for the CVR. This button is working like Airbus. That means on. If you forget to put it on, what will happen? After the engine start, it will go back to auto. Same way. This will be a test. Now next test is over. We have the fire test. Okay. So we can do the fire test. This is my APU fire handle. Okay. So this is the fire overhead test switch. One common switch from where we can do the APU, engine, right? Main wheel well and the cargo. All except squib. We cannot test the squib. We can test otherwise all like detection circuit. Not the squib. Squib we are testing from the mat. Squib we are testing from the mat. So we have the fire overhead design. When we select it, what will happen? Fire handle lights will come. These lights will come. Master warning comes. Siren will come. Okay. And here you will get a message. In progress. Test in progress. You will not get any wheel well, something like that. Progress and then press pass. Okay, do anyone? इसमें हाथ नहीं लगाया. तुम लगाओ हाथ. कौन है?
Including duct over it.
Press. Just see. छोड़ो नहीं भाई, पूरा करो. Full length.
देख ले.
Fire test in progress. Wait. Pass. Now leave it. What you are looking for? You are looking for the message pass. When fire test is pass or not. It's not घंटे बज गया. Okay, so we have to speak that. So this is the test, but this test is not for the squib, only for the fire detection circuit. If you find any some like main wheel well fire detector is not on, then naturally you have the maintenance message, and also you will be getting during the match if test is not passed. Okay, so we have that test. Okay, what else we can do from here? Any other test? Let us see. Okay, we have the precision test. Precision system. Okay, so we have these two switches. From here we can go where the indication is coming. These are the outflow valve indication. So we can have like when I put it to the manual mode, this will be manual. If I put it to now this is my forward outflow valve. This is the aft outflow valve, manual. When I operate this switch, it will be open and close. We should not do because without any clearances. So this we can do from here. But this is the requirement when we are putting something on MEL or we have some system problem or other things. They will say manual operation is okay or not. Or otherwise both system fail, then also we can do. So how this outflow valve function? We have the ASC pieces left and right, and then we have two outflow valve control units. So left ASC piece, and both the outflow control valve units having left channel as well as the right channel. So left ASC piece is connected to the left of these two OCUs, and the right ASC piece is connected to the right channel of both OCU. Okay. Then these OCUs are one for the forward, one for the aft. So forward OCU is controlling only the forward with this both channel, left or right, and the aft with the aft OCU. So what happens during the normal operation, left or right? It is suppose left ASC is there. It is using the left channel of both the OCU for the forward valve as well as the aft valve. Normal condition 80% controlled by the aft, 20% by the forward. In case of emergency or some other thing, okay, so at that time 50%. Both fails, then manual operation. This is about the one, and this is how we are testing it by just confirming balls are moving or not. Okay, so that is one test. About the lights, okay, the lights we have the master bright. Okay, one is an indicator test. Okay, so when we do it, this is the initiator test. So when we put it to here, 10 seconds, it will be bright. After 10 seconds, you see the displays are also coming. See, right? And after 10 seconds, everything is ठीक है, डिम हो गया. ठीक है, किसमें चेंज नहीं हुआ आपको दिख रहा है. ठीक है. So what we have, and the fire, these are not checked through this initiator light. Okay, so this is the initiator light test. Okay, and then we'll see the operation of the dome light. So this is my dome light switch, control switch. Okay, this is the control switch. There is no switch there. We have the dome light switch here. Then this is the storm. Storm is, so when we press this, so dome light is like this. Okay, we can do this. But with the storm, what happens? See, these floodlights as well as the dome light, full bright. Storm means full bright. Okay, now we'll talk about this master bright switch. So master bright is having, see, this is pushed, this is pulled. So pull, when we push this switch, so at that time many lights, you see even the display units, just see. So whatever the brightness, that means I can control the brightness all together with one switch. That is the master brightness control. Okay? This is master brightness. This is the function of it. Whereby unit is there, master dim and control there. Normally these lights are getting 5 volt AC. In case of bright, they are getting more voltage, around 12 volt, 12.2 volt. And when dim, they are getting less voltage. This is how dimming is happening. And dim module, we have various cards are there. Okay, so this was